Disability inclusive, disaster risk reduction. Japan. It is reported that, in the earthquake tsunami of 2011, the mortality rate of disabled persons was twice that of the general victim population.
I didn't know it at the time, since I cannot see, but according to those who could see, it looked like a sea of fire outside. After the shaking, the tsunami came, but I could not hear it. I'm giving up. Let me go now.
Indonesia.
Immediately drop when you feel the earthquake tremors. Look for shelter to cover your head and neck, and hold on until the earthquake stops. Pantomime is one of the best ways to teach self-survival to deaf children. It feels like we're playing a game, but in fact, we are learning.
Nepal.
In this disaster risk management program, it is our right to know if our issues have been incorporated in the plan. Have our issues been inserted in the Village Development Committee or not? It is important for me to know whether our issues have been inserted or not. We will be able to explain to the community what has been inserted and what has not. I would like to know.
Bangladesh. We live in a flood-prone area. This house was raised above flood water level. During recent flooding this year, 6 families took shelter in my house. Since the tube well was raised, it has been a great help, not only for persons with disabilities, but for everyone in the community during flood time. This longer handle is used because less effort is needed to pump water. It particularly helps persons with disabilities, but also pregnant women, elderly people and children. Thailand. I had the opportunity to join the Royal Thai Army in a disaster simulation exercise. I realised that in order to help a person with disability in emergency situations, first of all, it is needed for rescuers to have knowledge how to lift and move persons with disabilities, where and how to take us to. The shelter has to be designed so that persons with disabilities can be accommodated, because there's always a problem with the toilet. Non-disabled people may never think about it, but for a wheelchair user, the toilet has to be large enough to allow the wheelchair inside. We can only use sitting toilet solutions, and ramps must be arranged. If I can't use the toilets, I obviously won't be able to stay in the shelter. Kenya.
We formed a group and we decided to farm together. To earn an income that would help us to take care of our children who have disabilities by meeting their needs, be they clothing, medicines or school fees. Currently, Spark is looking for a piece of land where we can farm. If we will have a surplus, we will be able to store or use it in the community. That is the help we are getting from Spark, and we are very happy.
Ecuador.
In Ecuador, the active volcano Tungurahua is located just a few kilometers away from the population of Baños de Agua Santa. Because of this, the Technical Secretariat of Disabilities develops a pilot program of inclusive risk management aimed to incorporate persons with disabilities into the response plans of the city. We were able to identify and georeference the homes and real needs from persons with disabilities on this sector. Also, we trained the personnel from emergency and response agencies, as well as pre-hospital and hospital attention services, into sign language in order to achieve a better communication process with persons with disabilities. To design this box of inclusive tools, a group of professionals combined their knowledge and the experiences of persons with disabilities with the purpose to determine practical elements to make it more efficient based on the singular characteristics of every disability. Through these tools, Ecuador seeks to use knowledge, innovation and education to create a culture of security by providing persons with disabilities and their families the faculty to overcome these difficulties.